little bit of a fire. What's going on, guys? We are back at Tyler's shop, working on a rotary car here. Got a little bit of an update. We got quite a bit done since the last. Just kind of give you a rundown of what you got.
Which corner you want to start with? Got a 3D
start
printed air filter.
Let's start up here.
Had drained water out of it because the garage got a little cold. So I need a little bit there. But we got brake, clutch, master cylinders. Need to run some brake lines. New clutch and brake hose or clutch hose for Mazda side. So we just need to connect in between.
And those are
original MG Midget.
A nice little license plate filler.
Yep, had a little gap there. So that is the license plate that was on the junk car when we got it. I think it works pretty good.
We got most of the lines kind of finalized.
The wiring's a little boogered up right now just because need to mount once brake line's all that in, but fan relay, we're missing that.
Better than that, we did get a regulator for the carburetor, so hopefully that's going to fix the
pushing fuel past the
pushing fuel past the seat.
Need a throttle cable. Do have a throttle cable, but the original Austin Healey, the carburetor was on this side of the motor, so the throttle cable's a little short.
Yeah,
I have to get a little creative with that. Windshield frame is mounted, but no glass, so
we got a roll bar bent up.
Roll bar with door bars are all in it. Seats mounted.
Got some down bars.
Removable steering wheel.
And let's get a picture from here. Got a quick release steering wheel with a hub. Got a tack in it. Got a pretty sweet little gauge cluster here that 3D printed. I like the rotary touch.
Got put little Easter eggs here and there. Lawnmower throttle for choke.
Got most of the main power junction on there. Got some line holders, some sheathing. She's really getting there.
Inside got
some more finalized.
Battery mount. I just need to make a hold down. Cables are ran. I got ground going to the roll bar, so it should be good and strong, good ground.
So we gotta weld the down bars on the top and bottom here.
Do have coming today in the mail, but it's a seatbelt mount that'll loop around here so seatbelts can mount to it, just like how I did on the little car. So these are still not fully welded just yet.
Yeah, the mounts are actually gonna be like what's on this car here for a harness mount. Come around. Got seat finalized.
Seats in it. Yep.
We ended up, the original seat that we had laying around was super wide, and he sectioned it. Other than cleaning up the welds,
like 2 inches out of it.
It fits in the car now.
Do need some foam for it because it bites your leg down the bottom.
Is it kind of a pain? Is it hold you in real nice?
It holds you. Yeah, I bent it a little tighter on rib cage. It holds you in really nice.
Gotcha.
A little fun to get in and out of.
Well, it's a small car. If you get in a wreck, you want to be held in.
You want to be held in. I think today we are going to steal the rear axle out of the little car, put in this. That transfers rear brakes over. And then also have brackets coming for Talon for the front brakes. So I should be able this weekend get the front brakes finalized.
And you had some machining that you had to do on the back side of the hubs.
Oh, yeah.
The original hubs to fit the brakes.
So that was my experimental hub. Don't mind the mess on the workbench. I know where everything's at. So yes, the original hub. I touched a little bit on in the last episode. This one I ended up cutting diameter down with my first thought of the rotor hat going over. Didn't work. But cutting the back side of it flat, I can push the wheel studs through the rotor hat and it actually mounts in there. So this one was sacrificed So I got steel off from the other, but that front wheel is now mounted with the brake rotor on it.
So that's the
Talon
conversion
disc on it.
with the fabbed wheels.
Just missing the caliper bracket, which should be coming here shortly.
And so I guess the plan today to finish out swapping everything over. This axle's coming out. This axle's coming out. That one's going on that car, and that one's getting swapped on the other car. And once we have those switched over and the brakes finalized, this thing's pretty much.
We're going to snowmobiling.
Yeah, we got a bunch of snow coming here in Ohio. So depending on how impatient we are, which we both are very impatient, this thing may go do some donuts in the snow.
Well, it might only be one wheel. It doesn't have a locker yet.
Yeah. Do they make a locker for these?
No, but the welder does.
Yeah.
I do have another center section.
That's true.
Came out of the parts car.
So who knows? Maybe some shenanigans in the snow. But I think we're going to get started on the teardown.
That was extremely easy.
All right, guys. After some fighting, it's about 14 degrees outside, so naturally everything wanted to fight us to get it apart. But I got it. Got the old one out. Kind of see the custom track bar setup, which eventually the other car is going to get a...
I think I'm going to try and do a wishbone, and we might try and do a cantilever rear suspension, because these leaf springs are in bad shape. These leaf springs are in bad shape. They're like $100 a side for leaf springs. So I think I'm going to try and do something weird with 2 Heim joints mounted underneath here, coming back to a central point. That'll give us roll center down low, and then shoot up from the axle straight up. Because these shocks need rebuilt, I'm sure. Need new leaf springs. I think we can do a cantilever, which would be really cool. I've started design up on it. So.
All on board with possibly maybe some side-by-side coilovers or something?
Actually be 400EX rear shock, or I found some street bike rear shocks on Facebook Marketplace that were kind of cheap.
Yeah, so
that'd give us the compression and rebound adjustments.
Anything's better than
lever shocks that need rebuilt. This is going to fight us. This one's going to be hard to get out.
Yeah, this one hasn't ever been out of the car, at least since we've had it. The other one has been apart a couple times. We've taken it out and off. This is the diff. I don't know, in retrospect, how to show you how tiny this thing is, but I'm not a...
Wait, was there a banana that was going around that you had to...
I'm not a very large gentleman, and I almost can pick this thing up with one hand. Yeah, I can pick it up with one hand. So... It is. You're dripping. Nope. It's absolutely tiny.
It does have oil in it.
But here's the setup for the bracketry. We've kind of gone over a couple times. So this thing.
Yeah, like I said before, this is Honda Talon rear brakes. This is actually the right side caliper on the left side of the car, but the bleeder's on top, so it works.
And some custom brewed up upper control arms. So,
oh yeah, we had to take this one off.
Yeah,
and actually, I used the original Austin Healey front brake hose.
Fit well. So, all right, guys, we're gonna yank this one out, and then this rear end is gonna go in that car, and then that'll be a roller again, and then we will get that one in the car. So we'll be back at you when it's all back together. All right, guys, we got it all.
I'm gonna make noise.
Back together here. So this is the axle out of the other car.
And somebody's making noise.
And we got the axle out of the other car swapped. And this is a roller again. Eventually, this car, we got to get a brake line and probably redo the brakes on this. And then this thing's probably going to go up for sale. If anybody's interested, drop a comment or message us, and maybe we can work a deal out. But it'll be a running, driving car, just back on factory rear drums and then factory discs. So just let us know. But
No, original drums all the way around.
oh, it's gonna be original drums. Okay,
That's a drum brake.
Oh,
car.
that's right. You used the disc hubs. We did get a present in the mail. We got from Send Cut Send the brackets. That's a 3D printed model there.
Yep, I need to make these spacers. But that should work. And Send Cut Send sends candy, so we got candy.
Oh yeah, they're hard as a rock because it's like 14 degrees outside. And then here are the roll bar pieces for the harness bars. But
these are gonna work. Just need bolts.
Yep, little rough. Probably have to deburr them. They're kind of sharp from.
Yeah, I opted to not have them deburr, just save a day on because I wanted them today.
But I don't know if you guys ever use Send Cut Send, but it's pretty. Seems to be
They've done pretty good for me.
pretty cheap, man. A bunch of stuff we've had made up for this car. But yeah, axles are swapped, parts are in. This is the original disc rotor where he had to
So the wheel studs are in the rotor hat,
yeah.
which I was thinking drilling holes so it actually bolts on. But it should work pretty good.
Little different setup, but I think all the spacing will work out once he makes those spacers for the rear brackets.
And it actually won't widen the car out. So that's bolting onto the original track width. So the rotor hat and everything's behind. With these rotor hats originally, or how they were first, was on front, so that would have actually widened the car out a little bit.
So that'll actually help with maybe rubbing.
Actually, make it worse. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the
When you turn full lock, it rubs on the inside.
problem for another day.
If you lower it more, that widens it out more.
Yeah. Are you wanting to swap the lower control arms and all the spacers and bracketry off the other car? Because I know we have.
Yeah, so that other
lower-
car have new bushings.
Because you have these that are adjustable for the bottom.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. It's not difficult to do. Just throw it up on the lift here, but I think this one was no, up top is offset bushings to get the camber rolled into it. I would like to at some point make tubular control arms, and if the rear goes with a cantilever setup, I think I can do with front cantilever also.
There's actually quite a bit of room in there. You
Yeah,
can sneak stuff.
and with
in.
the radiator pushed forward as far as it is, there's even more room. I think the main goal right now is go play in the snow with it, probably early next week or this weekend.
I'm down with that. Honestly, we could probably get the Cutlass. I mean, if we don't mess with the rear end, I mean, it's crappy gear, but we could get the Cutlass out.
You do have another rear axle and a piece of
I
candy.
do. We scored a 9-inch housing for the Cutlass. It was a asphalt circle track rear end with tabs for an A body. So,
One tab removed.
yeah, a guy was getting ready to cut the tabs off to put make it fit a metric car, but just one tab was removed. I can fix everything else, but all the other bracketry's on there. So now we just need a third member, and then figure out our gear. I have another 9-inch housing that's in my Cougar that's got a 390 and a spool in it, 31 spline. We may rob that. I just don't really want to tear it apart, but I don't know. We'll see. So Cutlass is moving along, but if we get some snow, I don't know. We may do some donuts or drift or I don't know.
We need a brake line run back here, brake lines to the front, bleed it. I need some fittings.
Oh, for the master and
Yeah, those
Throw
bubble flare. I think tomorrow I'll get the roll cage finished up.
All right, guys. Well, we'll get back at you once we get this thing sitting on the ground and moving under its own power.
I think that'll be next video.
Next video. All right.
Next video. We'll post this video. It's going to be a long-winded one.
All right, guys. Well, like, share, subscribe. We'll keep you posted.